And we are live. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. It says adding.
Hi.
That was quick.
Pronto.
That's it. Professional. How you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I've just got to go and get the printout. I've left the questions over there. Ah. So how's life been in the fast lane?
Yeah, it's different for sure, but no, it's all right. We're living the dream at the minute for sure.
That's all you can do. Live the dream, right? Live the dream.
Absolutely, yeah.
I feel like I'm living the dream, living at home.
When you getting your haircut?
Uh, I might just leave it till the gym's open. I might do. I might do a what's it? A Forrest Gump special.
Oh,
Just grow it. Just go for it.
you'll be like, yeah, this is my lockdown hair. Something I
This is
achieved.
this is it. Then I could have a this is a YouFit comeback special, and everyone won't
Yeah.
know me. I'll be like, oh, it's so nice. You never know. You never know. I might get a free publicity for that as well, right?
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Trainer grows his hair over lockdown, and then comes back to the gym. Or trainer
Donate it, donate
yeah
it. You might get
yeah
some.
six. I think it's 6 inches. 6 inches for charity, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, they do, and then cut
And I
it,
might, and
send it off.
then I might do personal trainer gains 8 kilos.
Oh damn!
And I'll gain 8 kilos in the last 2 weeks before we open.
Oh my god, is that even possible?
Trust me, anything's possible, man. Anything's possible.
Very true.
If you take impossible in 2 words, it's
It's true.
nearly says possible.
Jeez, I
Right,
thought
so
you
I've
need
got
to. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 questions.
Wow. Okay.
I know. Oh, best preempt you. You can't badmouth another gym,
Oh, okay.
okay? Because
I'm not gonna do
I
it.
got a question on there that basically that you might actually pull out of a gym. So we'll just say you can use it somewhere
Yeah.
else.
Okay. Cool.
We're gonna keep it clean. We've got children washing. Yeah,
I understand.
there we go. Right, guys, viewers, if you have any questions, then you can let me know. But today's member interview is with Hema. Now, I'd say Hema's second name, but Chudasama or something like that. It's a hard work. It's a hard working one. It's
Chudasama. Gosh.
Chudasama. Let's see. So when you say it, I get it, right? When I read it, it's hard work. So yeah, Chudasama. See, Hema Chudasada. Chudasada. That you. Right. So look, there's the pressure there, right? But you can't say my surname, right? So don't worry. So guys, we're gonna get started, and we're gonna go through Hema's journey. We're gonna go through Hema's weight loss. For those of you who don't know Hema, this may be obviously your first time interacting with her. She's typically a evening lady at the studio, regular like clockwork. But she'll have obviously a journey that you may or may not have known in terms of obviously pre-UFIT and obviously during UFIT. So basically, I'll shoot with the first question because it's a good question. We go in, so for example, if you take it, Hema, I mean, you know, a lot of people who listen to these sort of things or watch videos or watch films, right? We always like to know the backstory and the sad part of the stories, because obviously
Yeah.
it makes it's like a Rocky scene, right? Obviously, you get beat down. So basically, the first question is, I laugh when I read it, just because I know where you are now. How did you get out of shape in the first place? What did it
Had
take to
a,
get out of shape?
um,
Because so this is gonna be a powerful
so
insight for
I
yourself. Because obviously people don't know you, do they? From when you was really big.
yeah. So I think I was about 13, 14 when it
Okay.
actually kind of got out. So for me, I've always known myself to be a bigger person in life, really. I It's only recently, probably over the last 2 years, I've started learning probably why I got out of control. Um,
Oh wow.
and
So how
that
many? How old
that
are you
kind
now?
of, yeah, I am now 33.
Oh wow. So it's been about nearly 17 years to
So
really understand. Okay.
yeah, so I think a lot of people think that and a lot of people think that an issue might have occurred like over the last maybe couple of years, and that's what's spiraled out of control. And actually, that's what I believed as well. But actually, when I dig deeper down to what actually happened when I was about 13 years old, I think more so for me, I lost my grandma. So
Okay.
I was really close with her, and I probably didn't know how to deal with my emotions then.
Yeah.
So I think for me, but again, I didn't actually deal with them. So that's understanding those kind of issues and probably digging deeper to where they've actually happened. And it can happen any time of your life. It could happen in your childhood. But yeah, that's something that I've learnt myself really over over time really. So yeah.
It's powerful, right? So it's interesting, though, right? Because obviously there'll be many parents, but obviously that's the challenge what the younger generation face, right? It's not, it's especially now, right? It's quite prevalent now, right? To take the situation we're currently in, with obviously with lockdown. Um, there's a lot of kids really that can't vocalize their emotions, can't articulate it, can't think about it, don't have the same intelligence as adults to some degree. So yeah, it's very. I can imagine being that sort of age is quite challenging, right? Um, to even really think
Yeah,
about
so
what's happening.
at 13, yeah. At 13 you kind of take these kind of things as a joke really in some respect, I think, and you just think actually it's you're doing what a 13-year-old kid does, right? And actually it's more than the whole thing. You actually don't deal with it properly at that age, and well, if you actually you just don't have the support system to do that as well, and then you kind of take it out because you're playing with other stuff, you're going out with your friends or anything like that, so you don't actually deal with that emotion really. So you keep putting it to the side, and then kind of everything just control really. So yeah, I only learnt that over the last 2 years. So um, yeah, some people say like death obviously is kind of um, things get better over time. I think it does, but it's also that was
Yeah, the thing
something that
is,
I learned.
time heals wounds, and that is true. But unfortunately, what time doesn't do, it does, right? So therefore, it's only until you really
Yes,
sit back.
absolutely.
It's the same with my grandma, right? When my grandma died, I was very close to her. Probably very close, probably closer than I could say my mum. Really, I think my mum pushed us to be that way. But it's interesting, like when my grandma died, I had to get counselling, right? I had to get NLP therapy, right? Because I needed to understand. But by that age, for example, that was probably like what 21 maybe. But by that age, I was starting into the fitness industry, so therefore my world was understanding psychology, understanding that. So I was probably in a better position to actually take action upon it. Like I said, when you're 14 years old, you're just going to do what a 14-year-old does and just obviously move on, play around, and date boys. Um, in terms of yourself, was your eating pattern, was it outside of home or in home or both?
It was both. It was both, really. Just eating crap, like just loads of things that weren't literally just those. If I actually told you what I was eating, you'd be like, "Oh my god!" it's like the microwave chips. What the hell was I doing? Really? And like just crazy things, like and just eating out of when you've already had your dinner, and like secret eating and stuff like that. So it's yeah, it just got out of control really.
When was that? So the next really questioning was then the next question leads in quite nicely. What was the catalyst to change all of that? So obviously you got to a certain size. What weight did you get to? If you don't mind me saying.
So I got to, I think at one point I must have been about 14 stone.
Okay. And then what was the catalyst for you to obviously what age and what obviously the catalyst for you to start your own journey? When did you thought this is I've had enough now? And what was it really?
So I started like I tried all sorts of things. So I think I tried to start at around about the age of 23, and I would like go to the gym, have no clue what I was doing, which demotivated me. Went back to my bad habits again. A few other then successfully, I think, did home workouts. I think I lost around about 2 stone through home workouts doing in the mornings before start
No.
going to work. And that again, bad habits happened again. It's because I wasn't dealing with my own issues really, so went back into uh, eating the bad stuff again and didn't have no kind of routine pattern. And then but I did manage to keep it off, but I kept on putting on and then losing, keep putting on half a stone and then kept on losing. I then went to one personal trainer probably about 2 years ago. I lost another stone, and then I hit a wall there basically, and and then I did come eventually to you guys. So
How how long did that take you? I think it took you like 5 years. I've already been around for 5 years before you come.
yeah, 5 years, literally, no joke. Yeah, it's and yeah, it's just crazy. Like, and the amazing thing is like I saw RuPaul's journey, and that kind of inspired me to kind of just join really, because she was there from February, and I literally she was talking about it for so long with me, and I was just like, I'm literally gonna just take this and let's see where it takes me basically. And yeah, and I joined last year in May or June, I think it was. I think it's the first week of June I started. So yeah.
Oh, nice. So, for example, you obviously seeing your friend and that. What was the catalyst? Because obviously coming into our place, obviously it's obviously you don't know what to expect to some degree. You obviously hear about it and get to talk about your friends, but what did you expect when you first came in?
What I expected, I was prepped how, but before to be fair, I was nervous as it is, but
Be
you
careful, be
actually.
careful, be careful. Rupert's watching. I think her head's getting bigger. She's actually watching. She's putting a little woman up. Roops, don't let your head get bigger, okay?
um, basically, yeah, no, I was nervous before I came in anyway, because I was obviously out. I literally, from January to April, I probably spent probably about 4 weeks in the UK. I was practically on and off a plane, and I was sick of it, to be fair. But I was like, okay, I need to do it now. I've come back from Philippines. I just need to do something positive. So yeah, but when I entered, I was massively nervous. But you took you took it very. You made us all feel comfortable when we first met. So no, it was amazing.
Well, when you came in,
It
I
was,
rugby tackled
and
you, didn't I?
also Yeah, I think so. No, you didn't.
Boom. Get back out. You're not allowed in. You're not allowed in the gym.
Yeah, you were like, just get out of there. We don't need you.
That's it. I only want Roots. Go away. When you came to the
Yeah.
gym, what size were you when you came to the studio? Are we only talking a year?
I
We're talking a year, yeah. Is that what we're talking now?
Yeah, literally.
Wow,
Yeah.
you know, like, I think it's
So
because I've seen you like 5 days a week before lockdown. It obviously feels like 2 years worth.
I used to sometimes, yeah, it's 5 days a week. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So
So
yeah,
what size were you?
I was size so
Cool.
now
Do
you're
you know
gonna
your
ask
starting
me
weight?
what size I am. Yeah, I was 64 kg.
Are you sure? 'Cause I'm going to check right now.
64.2 64.2 kg, I think.
64.1.
Okay.
Pretty close. I'll let you
Close
off.
enough.
100 grams.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I was. I am, as of now, 45 point something, or
Two.
I like, yeah, no, 45. I was 45.8, but I think I went up to 46.2 this week. And that's because I am on my cycle. So
So wait,
um,
because that's we'll just round it up. We'll say 42 pounds lost, right? So 42 pounds lost. Now 42 pounds lost. I'm going to be honest. You lost 42 pounds all the way back in May, right? So 42 pounds. Did you ever think that was hard?
so
Now, obviously, I'm probably talking out of turn because it obviously is hard. But like from your perspective, like because the next question really was, um, what obstacles did you see? What obstacles arose for you over the course of the journey? Because obviously losing 42 pounds is a hell of a lot of body fat, right? So there has to be some hiccup. But what was yours?
so the biggest challenges I saw within my journey was actually, for me, it wasn't the fitness and it wasn't the food. It's the criticism I got even while I was trying my best in terms of not anyone in the gym. It was more the people that I was surrounded by. Why are you
Oh,
losing
okay.
this much weight? Why don't you just eat more? Why don't you do this? And why don't you stop doing that? And it's like, chill out. I know what I'm doing. So let's just be where I am on this journey. So please accept my journey. But that was the biggest that was the biggest challenge for me. It's when you're going to social gatherings and you're like, oh, so you're still doing this? Like, for goodness sake. You're just like, okay, I literally just had nothing to say and just walk off. That was mentally challenging for me, really. And I still get it, like, but I think I've just become more acceptance of it in terms of like, I know that's going to come and I know how to deal with that. But when it started, I was like, geez, I thought I was doing something good in my life, right? Like, I was like, I'm doing something positive, and I'm still getting it. Like, I was called fat when I was fat, I'm called skinny when I'm skinny. Just like, hold on, like, they're pretty much the same thing, right? Like, just chill out. But yeah, I think that was the biggest challenge for me during the whole thing. Turning up to the gym, I think that was actually my 1 hour away from life. Basically, I literally was zoned out. Come to the gym, talk to people, and literally just do my fitness. And
You're making out you didn't train at all. Make it out you just came to the gym, had a chat, and fucked off. Is that how you did? Is
no,
that how you lose? Is that how you
I
lose?
did train.
Is that how you lose
That's how I
40
lost my
pounds?
weight.
Just came to the gym, sat on that bike, and smoked my ear off for about an hour. Trust me, I think everyone would love that diet.
Literally.
But it's interesting though. Going back to what you said in terms of obviously the people around you and people obviously have an opinion. And unfortunately, people just really have to accept. We live in a world where everyone's subjected to an opinion, right? You can't walk down the street without getting subjected to someone judging you. Judging you is just part of life, right? Your parents judge you. Everyone judges you. People don't even know you, they judge you, right? And it's about recognizing when someone projects something onto yourself. It's about recognizing, for example, where they're projecting from, because 9 times out of 10 it's from their insecurities. But the problem is with a lot of people, they don't recognize that, but also they don't know how to take it on, if that makes sense. They don't know how to own it. A bit like you said, like people can say to you, "Oh, you look fat, you look fat. You look skinny, you look skinny." But for example, it's just about how you interpret it. Because if you interpret it in the sense of how you feel and how you know you feel, it's different. Because a lot of people who see people losing weight think they're doing extreme. They think like you're not eating or something like that. Like you're not eating, you're just severe dieting.
Exactly. That's what they thought. They still think that. And when I sit down to eat with them, they're just like, "Why are you? We didn't realize that you eat that much." I was like, "Yes, I have always ate this much, and I am allowed a chocolate if I want to eat a chocolate or whatever, or a cake." And that's not the case. So I think they're starting to realize that I do eat.
It's massive. It's massive because the thing is, most people perceive a diet to be boring as hell, right? It has to be restrictive. I only get results when I'm restrictive, but actually, you got to understand it has to be a lifestyle, right? If you think about losing 42 pounds for yourself has to become a lifestyle, right? I'm a big believer that your second year, for example, going into next year, for example, is going to be your biggest year, right? Because remember, if you sustain it and maintain it, right, then you're winning. You've actually won the battle. Because 2 years maintaining at 42 pounds lost or a little bit more, then you're winning, right? And plus, remember, we have got a photo shoot. So when we do reopen, you do have a photo shoot.
I'm ready.
That's it. We'll do it 100 meters apart. I'll see you at one end of the car park and I'll see you at the other. So, moving on. Actually, let me ask you a question. What would you say your biggest tip is if someone is saying you look too skinny or too fat? What would you say your biggest tip is?
Just my biggest tip would be not to react at all, and honestly, you try and educate someone, and you probably end up in school. So you could try that, but just try and accept and walk away, and just mentally accept and be strong enough to know that that's them and not it's not you, basically, and you're on the right path when you're on this kind of journey, really. So do what's making you happy. Don't actually listen to anyone around yourself, but you also know that as long as you're healthy enough and you're not doing anything extreme, that's perfectly fine.
Good advice. It's all about looking at yourself in the mirror and understanding you're doing well.
Yeah.
Right. Here's another question for you. How many gyms did you go to before you came to UFit? you can use your hand. You can count
them. 1 in London, 2, 4.
4. See. And where would you say UFit is in your life now? Is it top 3?
Yeah, top of the game, guys. When I actually visualizing where I am now, and visualizing actually thinking about it when I was like 5 years ago, I never thought I would achieve what I have achieved today. Like even now, I look at, even when I pick up or choose clothing online, I'm just like, I cannot believe I'm actually in this kind of sizing area. I'm just like, what the, like, it's kind of like, it's still in the acceptance game. Like, I'm still accepting that I am at this level, really. And then yeah, so it's kind of like a different mentally game, and like a lot of people say, oh, you must be so happy that you've but again, it's like a massive, like, it didn't happen over 5 years. It happened, I think I actually hit my goal in just after, in January, February. So well, kind of like between the 44, 46, 47 kg. So for me, it was like, wow, okay, I have done it in such a short period. And a lot of people obviously were just like, can't believe it's just literally dropped off you. But I don't think they realised I was in the gym 5 times a week at one point. And yeah, but again, I took a lot of time off as well. Like at Christmas, I enjoyed myself. I went away this year at the start of the year. Also, off like Diwali and stuff like that. So I still enjoyed the occasions that I had. So it's not like I didn't have a splurge. I definitely did have a splurge, and I did definitely gain and then went back as well. So the journey has been there for me, and it's now I'm just trying to understand, like you said, maintaining.
I got a question for you because yeah, remember a journey. So guys, people watching this, remember, right? A journey is not linear. We're not sitting here saying from the moment she started to the moment now she lost 42 pounds in a straight line down, right? Throughout her journey, you would have seen downs, ups. You'd have seen setbacks. You'd have seen where she tried to push her food a little bit too much, right? But you won't recognize these because obviously we're having a conversation. But I know some of the conversations we had with, like, why are you doing this? Why is this snuck back in? Why are you doing this, etc., etc. So just remember, for a fat loss journey, there is ups and downs. But one question I did write down for you, Hema, is, you know, when people say, for example, and this is something that people have to get their heads around. You know, when you're on a destination, you think, when I get to, I don't know, 8 stone, I'll be happy. Would you say, for example, it's this, how tough it is to start is the same toughness now to maintain it?
It's actually more. I, it is harder now than actually starting. Like for me now, it's all mentally. Like everything is mentally. Physically, I feel like as good as I have ever been. So
Yeah.
fine for me. It's all mentally making sure I'm actually in the game, in the routine, making sure that I'm like, and there's days that I don't actually want to train at 7 a.m., but I do stick to my routine because for me, I'm a routine person, and that will throw me off my complete whole day, and we'll probably end up having a shit day. But yeah, that was like the biggest thing for me in terms now is actually getting up and making sure that I'm like in it to like do it. Like there'll be days where I end up having a snack when I'm not meant to, but again, it wasn't planned or anything like that. But those are the days that I do have. But it's all mentally. Do I need this? No, I don't need it. So it's kind of knowing, and a lot of people actually think it's harder. It is harder to start, don't get me wrong, but actually when you've gone through the journey, it's actually harder now to because you've hit that goal, and now
Yeah.
you're trying to think what is the next thing for you, so you're trying to find that
But
really.
wow, interesting question. Yeah. So give you two things. My coach says to me, he had a go at me the other day. He said, Sam, it's hard. The thing is, what you don't really realize, it's if you stay on a journey, regardless of the bumps, regardless of the hills, regardless of the mountains, that is far easier than stopping and starting. If you stop and start, you've got to develop motivation. You've got to find the willpower. You've got to pick yourself back up. You've got to go up and down. And it's like a yo-yo, and your emotions go with it massively. So one of the things that you said, which is a mindset. you need to generally get your physical up. So it is hard, it is challenging, and the whole thing's challenging. But definitely when you get to a destination, it's hard. It is hard from a mental capacity because you've got the physical aspect, because you won't be where you are. Like, if you don't have the physical aspect, you won't be 42 pounds lighter. But mentally, it's going to be harder because you got, oh, I can get away with this, or I could do this, or I can be a bit lenient here, or like you just mentioned about goals, right? Because obviously, when you're where you are, the goal, you got to then look at, because most people looking at goals, you're like, you need something to fire or excite you. So it has to be different. The game has to change. You can't go, well, guess what, Hema? For the next year, I want you to maintain, because that's a boring goal, right? So what happens is, and this is what I'm finding when I talk to clients, what's happening here? My internet keeps gone down, but we'll carry on. Is the interesting thing I find is that you have to develop the mindset has to develop once you've achieved your result. If the mindset doesn't develop after you've achieved your result, you'll go backwards, just like any other time. Because your mindset develops, but if it doesn't develop twofold after you've reached your destination, what you perceive your destination is, then unfortunately you're going to be very unhappy and you'll go. And so that's where like your headspace now has to continue to push, has to continue to develop. So that probably leads me on to the next one, which is, because obviously you need a mindset, right? How you found lockdown?
Okay, so the day, okay, I came back from Croatia and we had no lockdown. However, I got a call from Bab and said, you can't come in the gym, you've just been to Croatia.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, yeah, and I was like, oh damn, okay, I can't go back to the gym, so what do I do? And at that time, I don't think the online workouts were set out, so I was kind of like, what do I do? And literally,
how did you feel with that phone call? Because I can imagine it's not a nice phone call. Even though it's coming from a place of heart, it's not a nice phone call to have, is it?
No, absolutely not. I think I was I panicked, to be fair. I was like, I've just literally had a week off. I was already mentally prepared myself to go back into the gym. I've now got to prepare myself now to not go back into the gym. And I literally don't know what to do, basically. And I remember, because I actually didn't have I lost my Fitbit, I lost no steps, literally. And I was like, do you know what? If I'm not going to do anything, I'm literally going to get myself a Fitbit again and just start walking again, right? So, yeah, so that's what I did in initially. And then obviously lockdown was announced, and then
did you actually come back to the gym? You actually been back to the gym since you've been back from holiday then? No.
No.
So what date are we talking? When did you get back from your holiday then? Like the 14th of March?
14th of yeah, it was ages ago. It was like, well, I feel like it was ages ago, but it's like, yeah. And then we literally went into lockdown, and I started a routine, and you announced the onlines, and now I've got into such an incredible routine. I always used to dream of like working out in the morning, and I was never able to do it because I had to be in work at a certain amount of time. And yes, it is a different challenge of like working out from home, but we're doing it, and the best part of it is training with my mum. Like, I'm like, on it, I can't do this today. I was like, mate, you're getting out of bed. If I'm getting it, you're doing it as well.
She's out of bed before you. What are you on about? She's at bed at 4 o'clock.
Do some like I said to her, I was doing the Met today, and from Saturday, and Sarah said, oh, it's 60 seconds as of Monday on the Met. I said, Mum, it's 60 seconds. She was like, I can't do this. I was like, you've already defeated before you've even started. Woman, you can do it.
Bless her.
So yeah, no, it's good because I get to train with her, and yeah, we literally train together, and then I literally get ready and start my work at 8 o'clock. So it's perfect in that sense. And then don't think I've actually missed. I train Monday to Friday, and Saturday was a rest day for a while, and then started doing a Sunday morning just to give myself a motivation boost, and that's pretty much what I do it for, just so that I'm prepared for the Monday morning mentally.
In terms of obviously what we switched to online, for example, 'cause obviously you know what I'm like. I'm like a bull at a gate, and I think I'd say I'm very creative in that sense. But what do you think of the services we've received online so far? You can be
I know.
honest as well because you're live.
Yeah, no, it's been fantastic. Like, Sarah's contacted us just to see feedback, if we're happy with what was being done. Uh, Feedback, basically, some of the it's just not having enough time to move into the next exercise. So that, and she rectified that, so that was perfectly fine. So yeah, it's been positive, and like me and my mum enjoy that in the morning anyway. So yeah, no, it's been good.
And obviously,
Any
online you get obviously with Helen. You speak to Helen weekly.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so also weekly with my coach Helen, we have a one-to-one every morning on the Tuesday, so which is really good as well. Um, there's obviously, even during lockdown, I've learnt so much, and also I think I've kind of accepted that I don't know everything as well, and even so, I think even everyone in this world, you learn something new every day. Like, I was having more nuts than I thought like. Even in lockdown at the start, I was having so many nuts, and I was like, "Why am I not losing any weight?" Duh, like, um, and Helen was like, "How much you have it?" And I was like, "I'm having this." Like, that's why you're not losing weight, mate. Like, or you're putting on weight or whatever. So yeah, that was snapped out quite quickly. So yeah. So yeah, again, learnt quite a lot in lockdown as well regarding
Because
food, nutrition as well.
the interesting thing, you probably had what, 14 one-to-ones back to back, right?
Yes, yeah.
Someone, a client said to me the other day, Sam, said Sam, I love our one-to-ones weekly. I was like, yeah, don't worry, they ain't gonna be weekly when I go back. I said,
We'll be
I ain't got
back
the
to
time for that. So
monthly.
I said, right now though, you can absorb everything from me like a sponge. So whatever you need from me, you take it. You can suck the soul out of me, and I'll give it you. So
It's pretty good though.
good. Another question for you. We've took that one. We've took that one. Nice. Okay. Why is UFit different to any other place?
Um, so sorry, can you repeat that? You cut out, Sam.
Said,
Sorry.
why is UFit different to any other place?
Okay, so the
If you could
the
sum it in one sentence, it'd be really great.
I don't think he can, because there's so many, like, and this is coming from like from truly my, like, I've never had from other gyms or anywhere else or any personal trainer apart from you guys to understand, like, I've never, like, this is just a perfect example which you probably remember why I was never being able to do a perfect squat. I was never, like, I didn't even realize that my upper leg was longer than my bottom. So like that's like just simple things. It may be simple, but no one actually told me that kind of stuff. And my knees were hurting all the time, like before at other gyms, and no one actually tried to sort that out really in some respect. And I just thought it was normal, and I was gonna like live with a pain in my knees when I do a squat. So those kind of simple things, but actually in the bigger picture, probably saved so many injuries in my life, right? Like, so those are really important for me in the grand scheme of things. Also, the support you guys give, like, it's incredible. And also just the clients, like, they are the the actual members are so helpful, so welcoming, and just in that. When I walked into that gym, I was so nervous, and actually, like now being part of the family of YouFit has just been incredible. Like, just and I'm someone that's always inspired by someone. Like, someone has kind of a journey. Like everyone has their own journey, and even listening to some of the people in the gym, it's just incredible to hear their stories, and I'm truly inspired by that. By what they've achieved and how they've achieved it and everything. So yeah, and I think people that outside my people that I know, friends and family, I've used it like anything, because actually it's changed my life, right? So for me, I couldn't speak more highly of it, really.
I didn't hear you mention my name or Bab's name, just Helen's name. It's all right, Helen. It's all right, Helen. Helen's watching. It's all
I
right,
did
Helen.
say.
It's fine. Bab don't get no mentions. Bab should have all the mentions. Bab, you know what, Bab? I'll give you a heads up, right? Right. Hemma's really grateful that you booked all the sessions in, and really grateful that you chased her when she went booked in, and really grateful that you chased her when she never came to the gym. She's really grateful for them. Bab, good. Give yourself a pat on the back, Bab. Well done, Bab. See, I just did it for you.
Yeah, no, it's everyone. Like I said, it's just that everyone's so helpful in the gym. It was just like you said, everyone just gets together if someone's got a problem, or actually speaking about a problem in the gym, like a member is, and someone's willing to help, like, or give advice, whether it's right advice or wrong advice. I think they're just trying to give advice from their own experience, right? So I think
I
yeah,
think I think with advice, there's no right. To some degree, there's no right or wrong with advice, right? Because at the end of the day, advice is just perspective. Because
yeah,
fundamentally, for a lot of people, the thing is, a lot of people, you got to make your own decisions, and you got to get better at taking perspective, taking different opinions, and taking what work, taking a thought process and going, actually, no, that won't work for me, or that sounds like it worked for me. I'll give that a try. But you got to be very analytical, because everyone's got feedback, everyone's got experiences, and there's no one better, right? A lot of the members at the studio have got different experiences, right? We've got some people who lift strong, we've got some people who are got injuries, some people who have been challenged with losing weight, right? If you take yourself, for example, I remember training you in the studio, and obviously looking at your intensity, I was like, what we're doing here, right? This intensity is, I'm trying to be polite here, Hema. The intensity was like wet fish, did we call it? Is that the word I started to use in the gym? Wet fish. I'm sure it was.
yeah,
Fish. Yeah, you're a fish.
literally.
I think it's that word. You train like a fish.
That's that's it. Yeah, you kept on saying that. Yeah.
Don't you worry, guys. For the members watching this, I'll be saying it more often when we're back. I'll be talking double the speed, because I've got a lot to make up on. Right. Here's a question for you. If a question's not been asked, what question do you think should get asked to you in order for you to provide the best feedback to something? So did you understand the question?
No.
So what's the best question that I've not asked that you think someone should ask?
How did what was my routine of on a weekly
Cool.
basis?
Let's jump into it then. Let's look at your routine and then describe your routine from morning to night with food as well.
Okay, so Monday to Friday, it will be as of now in lockdown. It's training at 7 o'clock. I do get up quite early. I get up at 4:30.
Do you get up at 4:30 as well? Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get up at 4:30? Let's just stop there. How do you get up at 4:30?
I get up, literally.
Yeah.
I set my alarm for 4:15. I'm out of the bed at 4:30.
What time do you go to bed?
About 9:30. It's 9:30 and 10. Yeah,
What, sleep before 9:30?
yeah,
Oh wow, I'd love that. 4:15, guys. If you're listening to this, remember my goal. I'm putting my goals up after this in the insider. But
yeah.
I'd love 4:15.
Yeah, so
I'd love
quarter
that.
past 4, alarm goes off, out the bed at 4:30, shower. I shower again after, but shower, meditate, go, come and train, and then go back up, get ready again for work, and then have my breakfast. So the breakfast, I did try a few other things, but it's mostly mine is Greek yogurt with fruit and veg and raisins or almonds or whatever in a NutriBullet, and yeah, I literally have a yogurt in the morning with a green tea, and then in the afternoon, around about 12:30 and 1, I'll have a protein shake, which is the Vivo vegan protein powder with veg and a fruit
So your mum
with
makes that. Rita, yeah, you're watching. Yeah, your mum makes that.
yeah, she does make that. And then I may sometimes have a coffee with that. It's not all the time, but sometimes I do have a coffee. About half 4, 5 o'clock, when I finished work, I literally do a 10 minute workout, which is literally weights. It's literally light workout. It's nothing
Would you
crazy.
say would you
And
say that
then
is to like energize you?
yeah, literally to boost, because actually mentally it's actually draining working from home. I
Nice.
truly believe it's so I literally give myself that 10 minute space away from everything, literally lifting weights, just completely light weights, nothing crazy, but
What are you talking? 1 kilogram?
no, 3 kg. Oh God, I've lost all my bloody muscle, I think. No joking. But
So
yeah,
guys,
so
just
I
to let you know,
literally
she lost 42 pounds using 1 kilos.
yeah. Yeah, and then and then once I've done that, I'll sit down to eat, and then after that is I relax, either watch something. I don't generally watch TV, like that's not me. I literally end up watching, if I am going to watch something, it'll be on Netflix, or watching a documentary, or watching something on YouTube. Otherwise, I'm literally thinking about what I'm going to do on my business, or what's the next thing I move on to, or anything like that. So that pretty much what my kind of day works out to be, really.
Sounds so boring.
It does, yeah. It sounds so routine. It sounds so routine. Oh yeah, by the way, I do speak on the phone. I probably missed that out, but yeah, I speak to my partner in the evenings. But yeah, that's it really. So that's Monday to Friday. But that's kind of the lockdown life we kind of lived, right? So that's
Of
that's
course,
the routine
because
I've.
creating a structure, right? It's creating structure. Remember, the thing is with structure. Everyone loves. We think we don't like structure, but actually, everyone loves structure. So actually, structurizing your day,
I love it.
structuring, is actually important. But going back to like when you wake up in the morning, what do you do from 4:30 then?
I have a shower,
Yeah.
get
Well, you have a shower
get
before Met,
ready. Yeah, and then I have a shower again.
guys.
I literally, I
Guys,
work.
the
I feel,
reservoir's running out of water because Hema.
I feel like if I'm gonna meditate, I gotta be clean to meditate, because my brain needs to be clean. It's like,
Right.
do you know when you? It's like when you get working at a desk, and you kind of like, I need a clean mind to have and a clean desk, right? Like to be able to focus. So I have this kind of mentality.
You keep telling yourself that. Yeah, it's a really good analogy. You're having you're having about 8 showers a day.
I don't have one after my evening workout. I'm just like, forget it. I can't bother. It's only 10 minutes.
I hope so. You'd have about 8 showers by that point. If you had one then, you'd have one at night. Flipping hell, there's me having 1 shower in 5 days. Right? Lockdown life, that's it. 1 shower in 5 days, got to conserve the water.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
So you do meditation, yeah. Which meditation do you do? Do you do
just online, and I do my own prayers as well in the morning, but also just an online on app kind of one.
Which one?
I just go on YouTube.
Oh, okay, cool.
I literally just type in on anything, and then
is it guided, or is it just like
music.
Is it just meditation music? Yeah. Is it just meditation music?
Music, yeah. But I've also in lockdown I actually tried sound meditation. It was just a class someone was doing for £6, and it was actually really good. Like, I thought I wasn't gonna able to zone out, but it was really good. So I tried that. So actually, I've tried a few things that in lockdown, and that I don't think I would ever tried. But yeah, it was good.
I think it's one of them things, right? It's like people know stretching is good for them, right? But people don't want to do it by themselves. So go to yoga. Guess what? You do stretching, right? It's a bit like yourself. Paying the £6, for example, is obviously you're putting yourself in a position. Yes, it's on Zoom or on an online class, but at least you feel part of something, to do something with some other people, right? And that's where the benefit comes into. Okay, there's another question for you then. What else are you done in lockdown that you didn't think you would do?
What? Like, I never would have dreamt to be doing online training, right? Like, that's something I'm doing, and
don't get used to that.
I never. And then also on Sundays, I know you guys don't run a session, but like halfway through lockdown, I was like, why don't I just do it just for a motivation boost, right? So it's working for me, and but yeah, that's something that I would never have done, because I used to take Saturdays and Sundays off in that respect. But actually, I think I'm gonna probably carry on because I've seen a change in just me mentally, really. Yeah, so I think that's kind of something new that I tried in lockdown. And what else have I done? But even so, like, I don't think actually my mum would have been training 5 times a week. I don't even actually think I would have thought that she would, but actually.
How old's your mum?
She turned 60 in December.
60. She's 60, right? But she's got a body of like a 45-year-old, isn't she? Let's be honest.
Yeah, she's.
You know what I loved about your mum? She was there to the last day, coming to the gym on that bike.
Yeah.
Doing a session.
Tell your mum
when she comes back to the gym, I'm gonna batter her.
She said every time, she was like, I can't wait for the gym to open so I can go back on my bike. I said, I think they've realised that you can do Met now.
That's it. She will just force her into it. Like getting that Met love. She'll be like she'll be like another Dacia.
I know, it's literally and that she's something that kind of inspires me in the morning. Like, I'm just like, I'm tired sometimes, and I'm just like, do you know what? She's actually behind me doing it, and I can't stop, right? Because I'm thinking, she's 60, I'm freaking half at 8, and I'm like you can do it. So I need to listen to my own advice, right? So
you can't be a hypocrite and go, Mum, you keep going, exactly. I'm going to sit on the sofa.
Yeah, exactly. I chill out, you carry on.
Trust me, I do that with Danny. You do the workout, I'll sit down. So here's another question for you. What advice would you give someone in the middle of their journey? Because obviously, remember, sometimes in the middle it can be a bit humpy, right? It can be a bit hilly.
Yeah, and that for me that was the December break, and probably when I had to come back from that break, it took me a month to come back. Don't leave it too long.
Oh wow!
Biggest
Oh
advice I
wow!
can.
A month. A month.
It,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's interesting.
it's
It's
not
interesting
because I.
holidays do that.
Yeah, it was not because I wasn't going to the gym. I was turning up every day after Christmas holidays. I was probably just relaxing, thinking it's fine. But actually, the biggest advice I can give someone is don't leave it too long. Yeah, enjoy yourself. That's not a problem at all. But like I think it took me 3 to 4 weeks anyway. But yeah,
But that's the
just
thing, though. That's life, though, right? That's the interesting thing. What you mentioned, quite a valid point. It's life. The thing is, life. Everyone thinks. Everyone thinks everyone's motivated. Like even me, 365 days a year. I'm going to tell you right now. Me personally, I'm not motivated 365 days a year. But what I can do, for example, is pull back, is bounce back quicker than the average, right? But that's the skill and a headspace I've developed. But you're definitely right. Like for example, also you got to appreciate when you go through fat loss or journey of change. There may be 4 weeks. I've seen some people have birthdays and it takes them 4 weeks to click into gear again, right? But that's not a bad thing either. That's just it's all relative. It's all relative to where you are in your journey. Remember, partly you're obviously going into your second year of doing your journey, so then it's going to be hard. But you understand that you got to do a bit of personal development in that area. But a bit like me, I've probably been doing personal development for the last 10 years, right? So it's just different. So a massive piece of advice there. Yeah, if you do feel like you're not on the track, keep going. And that's the massive thing. I can't actually across as much as I need to because actually it's very important when you think times are hard, keep going. Because guess what? Staying where you are is no better off. So you might as well keep going. That's the same advice through COVID, through this situation as well. If you want to stop still when you think it's hard, nothing would be harder than stopping still. And keep going because
and
actually you reap the reward of it.
absolutely agree. I think that's something I think we've all learnt over lockdown as well, right? Like it's mentally challenged us so much that I think, and also we've got through it, right? That's the biggest achievement for us, all of us, that we've actually here today, and we can say, yeah, we got through it, and whether we maintained or whether we put on a few kg or whether we like lost and etc. We're still here and healthy, and then you just got to keep where the next goal, right? So yeah, but that's the biggest advice I can give someone that's actually midway through their journey is just keep going. You've got this far. Like keep going and don't. But also don't think it's that. Also, the biggest advice I would give you is it's not easy to maintain as well. It's something that I'm learning as well, but it's the biggest achievement that if I can maintain, then mentally I know that I can do this. And something that the reason, and that's another reason why I actually train, and a lot of people said, why do you want a photo shoot? The reason why I want a photo shoot is because I want something on my wall to say, if I was able to achieve that, then I can achieve anything in my life, right? Because I
Yeah,
thought
because
one day 5 years ago, I was never going to be able to achieve something, and I have achieved that. So that's the biggest thing that's come out of this, and I learned about it.
that basically means you're a member for life then. Cheers.
I am.
So, another question for you. This is actually going on from what you just said. Following your achievements for your transformation. Now, you know when you start something and then you get to this point, you never think about all the things you probably could do. You dream about some of the things you could do at this point. But the question is, following the achievements of weight loss transformation, how have other areas of your life changed?
Yeah, so from like from my transformation, my own like I've actually my own inner peace. Like I'm loads better with that. I'm more because I started my transformation with my actual weight loss and my skin at the same time, because they were the biggest two things that my lowest points in life, they got me down so badly. So for me, I started both at the same time, and I'm not a person that wants to wear makeup. I never did, and but my skin was getting really bad as well, and plus my weight was as well. So those are the two things that kind of like pushed me to kind of start that, really, in that respect. But yeah, so kind of that's how I really started in that respect.
So obviously your skin's changed. What else has changed for you?
Um, so I'm more self-confident. Like, I wouldn't never dreamt to do like these kind of interviews or anything like that. Like,
I'd force you.
I
I'd
just
come around
didn't
your,
have the
I'd come around your
confidence.
house and stick in your door and slap you.
Yeah. Happiness, self-love, they're the things that I actually worked on, and those are the things that actually have changed. Um, like, stop being that yes person. Like, that was me. That was me because I wanted to make everyone happy, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting better with that, um, and the reason why I used to say yes, because I felt like crap within myself. So just to make myself feel better was, I'll just say yes and help them, or I'll do that, and or do this, and etc. So whilst I am generally a helpful person, it's like knowing when to say no and knowing when to say yes. I was so bad at it. Like, I used to just say yes to everything. So things that have actually changed me during my transformation, and yeah. But the biggest thing that's actually changed me is knowing who's to surround myself with, right? Like, that's the biggest lesson I've actually learned from the whole process, is um, like knowing when to walk away and not say anything, and just be like, it's fine, Hema, it's them, not me. That's the biggest lesson I've learned from the whole transformation, really. And
Basically, in summary, then put yourself first, right? Because
absolutely.
obviously, we always fall into that trap of always putting others first. We always think others. We get. It's interesting because we all fall into that trap as well. We all fall into that trap of putting others first and thinking when the time comes, they'll be there for me. And actually, 9 times out of 10, they're not there.
Absolutely. And the other part is that they were there when your life is shit, and when you start succeeding, and they're just like, who are you? Or why are you not clapping when I'm doing something really good? Like, or why are you not supporting me during this whole time? Like, and actually, that's the biggest mental brain thing that you can actually have. Forget about you can turn up to a gym and do a workout, but actually it's the mental challenges you have within your brain that's going to determine whether you're going to actually be able to do that workout or not, right? So if you've literally already thinking about that, so those are the things that, but actually for me, I use that as my driving point. Like, I was just like, damn, I'm going to put this, and actually drove me to do more, right? So it's how as a person, you're going to actually drive yourself with that.
I
Those
think I think that's a good point because obviously you can always be there to please other people, but the biggest thing is obviously sometimes a bit like myself. I use I use competitiveness in a good way. Don't get me wrong. I don't use it in a negative manner. I use it in a good way to drive myself forward, though. So when I have to be competitive or beat someone else, or be better. That's what my nature is, right? To come out to be better as a person, to be better at whatever I want to be better at. So yeah, it's interesting you said that. It's important to educate yourself, listen to what you want to do, put yourself number one, and then everyone else will follow.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And knowing, and also like the big, also what I want to say is that anyone that's wanting to start this journey, like, please don't be afraid. Like, just don't be afraid. Something that I probably did a lot of times is not thinking, shit, like what's gonna happen or whatever. Like, just just get some advice, right? Like, it's that initial call or email or whatever is the scariest part, but actually you did it. Like, just just do it. Like, that's the biggest advice I can give you in that respect. And actually coming to speak to you guys and actually knowing, and don't hide. If you're going to tell them one part of your life story and not the other, then they can't help you. Like, just tell them the truth.
I think
And
that's the interesting part. Yeah, I think that's an interesting part. Everyone's going to be. It's very fearful, isn't it, to be open? But actually, the more open you are, the more receptive you're going to be for advice. But also, the more comfortable you will feel to receive the advice because you've been open. Obviously, remember, it's like anything. Only knowing half the story is quite half the battle,
yeah,
right? At
and
least the full story and gives you a lot more information.
also, like, if you tell half a story, you're actually not, or you're already not being part of your healing process, right? So you're literally not being, you're still going to go back to your own bad behaviors. So let's be honest from day one when you come in. And but that's the only thing. Like, you're not going to criticize someone for telling them the honest truth
Yeah,
that
yeah.
their past lifetime.
They might not like it.
Yeah, true. But it's knowing, like, what, like, you guys are there. That's what you're there for. And if and you made the reason probably why is because someone's been so soft with you for the last so many years, and you need something to, like, change the way you've always been told, right? So it's just being honest. And if someone wants to start this journey, is just to turn up, like, and with you.
There you go. They never turn back, will they?
Yeah,
Never had
literally.
a lady. Never had a lady turn me down yet. Danny, if you're watching this, I apologise. So, Miss, that was a beautiful interview. I really appreciate that, and it's actually, you know what? It's really good to see your face.
Thanks.
Sitting here over the last couple of weeks, it really made me understand. I'll be working through. I'll be getting guys. If you don't think I've not asked you to do an interview yet, don't worry. You are all on my list because trust me, seeing everyone's face is important, and it actually brings a
Totally
smile.
agree.
Brings a smile to my face. So, Miss,
Aw.
peace out.
Peace
Look
out.
after yourself. 7 a.m. tomorrow, and I'll
Yeah.
see you there.
Take
Boom.
care. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good evening. Bye.
I knew this. Bye bye.
Bye.